Apple has always been one of the most recognizable technology brands in the world. No matter which region you look at, many people see the iPhone and the Mac as standard devices, or at least as premium products that set the benchmark for others. In the United States especially, strong carrier deals have helped Apple dominate a large portion of the smartphone market. But even with that level of popularity, Apple appears to believe it can go even further. The company is now taking steps to reach new audiences and expand its presence in markets and demographics that it hasn't fully captured yet. By adjusting its product strategy and introducing more affordable options, Apple could end up becoming even more popular worldwide. One example of this new approach is the introduction of the MacBook Neo. This device represents a shift in how Apple is thinking about its laptop lineup. Apple already had the MacBook Air and MacBook Pro models, but those devices still sit at relatively high price points compared to many laptops on the market. The MacBook Neo is designed to change that. It's a more affordable MacBook aimed at students and casual users who don't necessarily need high-end performance. The device is less powerful than Apple's premium laptops, but it should still be more than capable for everyday tasks like browsing the web, writing documents, attending online classes, and streaming media. Apple has also taken a different design approach with the MacBook Neo. Traditionally, MacBooks have been available in muted colors like silver, gray, or gold. But the Neo model introduces more playful color options, making it feel less serious and more appealing to younger users. On top of that, Apple is offering student discounts for the MacBook Neo. This could make the device even more attractive for people heading to college. Many students who might have previously bought a Windows laptop or a Chromebook may now consider getting a Mac instead. If that happens, we could start seeing many more Apple laptops on university campuses. And once students get used to using a MacBook, there's a good chance they'll stay within the Apple ecosystem for years. Apple is also rethinking its budget smartphone strategy. In the past, the company offered lower-cost phones through the iPhone SE series. However, those models launched irregularly and the naming system sometimes confused buyers. Apple replaced that lineup with a new series, starting with the iPhone 16e and continuing with the iPhone 17. This change makes the lineup much easier to understand. The E series iPhones now follow the same numbering style as Apple's flagship models, making it obvious which phone is the newest. Instead of releasing a budget phone every few years, Apple has turned the E series into an annual upgrade cycle. Each new model includes small improvements that encourage users to upgrade regularly. For example, someone using the iPhone 16 might feel tempted to switch to the iPhone 17e after a year if the changes feel worthwhile. Because of this yearly release schedule, more people may start buying these affordable iPhones, which means the E series models could become much more common in everyday life. Another interesting change in Apple's strategy involves how it launches its flagship devices. Reports suggest that Apple will split the release schedule for the iPhone 18 lineup. Instead of launching all models at the same time, Apple may release the iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max first, along with a foldable iPhone. The standard iPhone 18 would arrive later, likely early the following year. This later launch could happen around the same time as the Samsung Galaxy S27 series. By splitting the releases, Apple gains several advantages. First, it gets more time to refine software and features for the later devices. Second, it can react to competitor launches. Since details about Samsung phones often leak months before release, Apple could adjust its base iPhone features to compete more directly with Samsung's newest models. Launching a new iPhone around the same time as Samsung's flagship could also divide attention in the market. Instead of focusing only on Samsung's new devices, consumers may also consider Apple's newest iPhone at the same time. All of these changes suggest that Apple is expanding its strategy beyond just premium devices. The company has traditionally focused on high-end products, but now it's starting to recognize the value of offering more affordable options as well. In the future, Apple might even extend the Neo branding to other products. We could potentially see devices like an iPad Neo, an iPhone Neo, or even AirPods Neo. This would create a clear category for budget-friendly Apple products while still keeping the premium models separate. If Apple continues moving in this direction, it could attract a much wider audience while still maintaining its strong reputation for high-quality technology.